Hey guys, my name is Matthew Smimi. I run a cold lead generation consulting business um, where we help our clients put in place the mechanics, the systems, the processes, the copywriting um, for them to generate leads, sales calls, and more importantly, onboard more clients and generate more revenue. I'm in the process of documenting many of the tricks, tips, and strategies around cold lead generation that I've tried, that have succeeded and failed for all you guys to learn from. And all of that content is transcribed on our blog, unsubscribe-please.com. I invite you to check it out. So in this short video, I want to talk about call to actions, questions, and how to phrase them to get more replies using a very interesting FBI, like as in Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI technique. I've already spoken about, oh, never mind. So I think last year I read a book, last year I read a book by Chris Voss called Never Split the Difference. And his whole thing around is around really human psychology and how to get people to open up and to reply and to have a conversation, which is perfect because in cold lead generation, we're trying to get our prospects to open up, reply, get on a call and have a conversation with us, sales conversation. So one of the tips that Chris Voss discusses is rather than trying to get a prospect to say yes to you, try to get them to say no. Yes versus no. Because saying yes is very committal. You're committing to something, and by sort of human nature is such that it's very hard for us to say yes and commit to something right off the bat. We always want to think about it first, walk around it, mull on it, simmer in it, maybe for a couple of hours or days before saying yes. But most of us feel quite comfortable actually saying no very quickly. In fact, probably, human society, humans in general, for the last couple of 100 years, we've been conditioned to just say no by default because no gives us a feeling of protection. So how can we use this in cold lead generation? Well, I've discovered that, sort of a good call to action at the end of your message, cold message, let's say it's, would you be interested? Well, the positive response would be yes, and the negative response would be no. But again, going with the idea that going for no rather than yes, you could rephrase the question as, would you be opposed to it? And so the positive reply to would you be opposed to it is no, I would not be opposed to it. And the negative reply to would you be opposed to it is yes, I would be opposed to it. So in fact, you're leveraging the notion that humans are always going to feel more comfortable to say no first rather than yes. So rephrasing all of your call to action questions as using this sort of this FBI technique of, frame it as a negative question. Would you be opposed to? Would it hurt to have a chat? No, it wouldn't hurt to have a chat. Do you mind hearing ideas for improvement? No, of course I don't mind. Who in their right minds would say, yes, I do mind, right? But I thought that this little FBI tip was actually quite relevant in cold lead generation, and I've used it. I actually use it all the time whenever I can, and I try to sort of push it on my clients. Some of them like it, some of them don't, but from my personal prospecting, I've always found it to be quite nice. And in fact, some people will, if I ask, do you mind hearing ideas for improvement? Will actually reply, no, I don't mind. Or if I say, would it hurt to have a chat? Some prospects will reply, doesn't hurt. Right, so that's getting my foot in the door a little bit more. Gives me another opportunity to introduce myself and what I can do for my clients. So that's the little tip for today. This neat little FBI trick. Rephrase your question as a negative question. Would it hurt? Would you be opposed to? Would you mind? And I think you'll see some interesting replies come through your inbox. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. I invite you to hang out on our blog, unsubscribe-blues.com, for more free tips and strategies around cold lead generation.